Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot take this lying down. We cannot be calm about this. You know, even if you hate the Second Amendment, believe all Americans should be disarmed, if you're stupid enough to believe that guns are bad and that they come out of their cases at night and kill people, you should be against a bill, H.R. 1022, racing through. It's got a bunch of sponsors that allows, this is a quote, AG to ban guns at will. He can just ban any guns he wants at will. It says unlimited power. So that's dictator power. Congress can't pass a law making the AG Emperor Palpatine or making him, Emperor Hitler or Emperor Constantine. They cannot do that. Now, I just gave you the bill number, H.R. 1022. I'm going to give you the latest news here. Here's another one. H.R. 2159 that says if you are on any type of terror list or crime list or any intelligence list, that's the no-fly list, that you can't own a gun, they're going to come confiscate them and you can't buy them. Then, if anybody doubted that, there's another bill saying if you're on a no-fly list, over 1 million Americans on it and growing, totally innocent, no judge, no jury, nobody you can face, no accuser you can face. This is the end of the whole Bill of Rights and Constitution. I mean, if you could be on secret lists and have rights taken away, I mean, this is worse than the Soviet Union. They would make stuff up there of why they were grabbing you and bring you before some kangaroo court. Obama says he's for indefinite secret detention. All of it. Just like Bush. And this is H.R. 2401. I mean, I just gave you 3 bills. Folks, there's 8 or 9 other horrible bills we know of. H.R. 45, the list goes on and on. I just gave you the bills. And then all over military bases, National Guard, you name it. It looks like it's selective because I called some people I know in the military and they said they'd heard about it, but it hadn't happened to them. But I talked to people in Austin. One of them I know personally this has happened to. In fact, we have a fresh list of Brendan, Victor, Greg, Pat. No more callers after those. Okay, we'll talk to those callers when I go to them. But then, I only want the lines open for military that this has happened to, so we can get their calls in here. We're going to go to Paul Watson in a moment. Zoom in on this. Department of the Army, Charlie Company, 3rd Battalion, 187th Infantry Regiment, 3rd BCT, 101st ABN, DIV, Assault, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, 42223. Code number AFZB-KC-H-C. Memorandum for record. Subject, privately owned weapons. Number 1, effective 11th March 09. All chopping soldiers in possession of privately owned weapons are required to inform their chain of command of the following: registration number, location where weapon is stored. This will create the bureaucracy. The military is going to be over your guns, just like New Orleans. First thing they do, don't bring food and water, they bring gun confiscation. Possession of a concealed carry permit in issuing state. If any soldier comes into possession of a privately owned weapon following the effective date of the memorandum, he's required to inform the chain of command of the information above. This is going to be in share of the local police, by the way. By signing this memorandum, I understand my responsibilities concerning privately owned weapons and describing this memorandum. And then the guy's name's covered up. Now, what does he say in the part of the article I didn't finish? I fear something really nasty is blowing in the wind here. I have been in almost 8 years and never had any of my units asked for this information. If any of you out there have any info, this is a sergeant, see, that want all of this crap is about, please chime in. Otherwise, consider yourself warned. I've already posted this on every other firearm forum I am a member of to get the word out. Here it is, folks. Now, this just went out in the last few minutes. It's up on prisonplanet.com, going up on Infowars.com right now. I'm not going to keep Paul Watson long so I can write a story about this. Paul Watson, you got to, when you write this, get it up now. But then under it, blurb in with how they're training them in DHS to go after vets, training the Cubs, the Boy Scouts to go after the vets, all the training manuals about going after vets, the secret police they're setting up, all of this. I mean, this is really happening, Paul. This is so unconstitutional, so criminal. Paul Watson.
Hello, Alex. Yeah, the one no fly, no buy list. That one's got very little attention in the media. From what I can tell today, all the media are talking about is this amendment that's just passed the Senate to be approved in the House, which allows people to carry firearms in national parks. So all the attention's going on that, whereas there's legislation in the works that would virtually eliminate Second Amendment rights for anyone who the government declares to be a terrorist, which, as we know, according to their own DHS lexicon documents, is basically about half of the U.S. population at least.
That's right, and we properly called it that the Supreme Court ruling said, oh, yeah, you can own firearms, you have a Second Amendment right, but we have a right under law to ban them. And then now courts have been ruling with that interpretation, and so it's a smokescreen. Yeah, you got a right to hand them in to us. And, I mean, look at this flotilla of bills, and then they write national news stories attacking us by name and others, saying we're crazy liars that make up that Obama's introduced gun bills when all the top senators and House members are doing it. His chief of staff is flogging the bills through Congress. I mean, you got the White House arm twisting for gun control, the worst ever seen. But it's not just gun control, saying you're secretly put on list. This is going to control how we travel, where we go, what we do. It's not just for gun owners. The secret list about where you can fly, what you can do. They're saying if you have bad credit, you won't be able to get jobs anywhere. It's already happening. They're saying you'll be on a no-fly list for bad credit. This is control, Paul. I need you to get a story out immediately. Veterans having their guns registered secretly, or veterans having their guns registered in violation. They're making them do it in their own private homes. I mean, this is outrageous crap. And I am sick of it. It's like Obama coming out and saying, we'll just make the veterans pay for their own health care. And people couldn't believe it until we had the head of the VA on admitting it. I mean, this is really, I mean, the head of the American Legion on talking about it. This is really happening. They don't care about you. They give you fake NASCAR, plastic American flag made in China, and they wrap your corpse in it. Foreign banks have hijacked America. Break your conditioning. Get it through your brains. We can beat these bastards. Paul, do you understand what a big deal this is? Do you understand what a big deal this is?
Indeed, but from what I can see on the NRA website, they're not even talking about the no-fly, no-buy.
They're not talking about, listen, when they were going to ban gun shows, and they were going to ban people under 18, Junior Olympics and 4A shooting and YMCA shooting. I mean, that was on record. And I went to the hearings, and hundreds of Texans went. And the NRA was in the Dallas Morning News attacking me, calling the local Texas Rifle Association extremist. The NRA introduced the 68 Gun Control Act. The NRA is a Trojan horse. This is military, folks. This is coded. This is camouflage. This is the real world. Get your britches on. You know, suit up, folks. Get out of the diapers. Get in the big boy pants. Paul Watson, I'm going to let you go. Hit it hard right now. How long till we have the basic blurb up? With his email, with the document, and with your headline, and then add to it as it goes. T-minus 5 minutes. You ready?
Yeah.
T-minus 5 minutes to the email, your headline, and the document, and then we'll beef it as it goes. Thank you. T-minus 5 minutes till launch. Launch. I'm going to let you go, Watson.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Thank you. Good job. T-minus 5 minutes. It's going up on prisonplanet.com. T-minus 5 minutes. Start your engines, Info Warriors. Start your engines now. Get ready to get this article we're posting with the internal Army document. Get ready to get it out. Stand by. Stand by. InfoWar launch. Believe me, the power of this audience, we're going to punch this into the mainstream media, and we're going to piggyback on this article, the stuff that's not in the mainstream. Fox News did one blurb, kind of going, well, maybe it takes the Second Amendment to secretly ban you owning guns. Maybe it might be bad. One article about it. One article. This is bull. I want to punch through that this is happening. By the way, I've been so busy covering all the news, I didn't even tell you that they've reinstated the Alex Jones channel. And I want to thank the tens of thousands of calls. They got over 10,000 calls. I talked to somebody I know separately that works at YouTube, high level, but they can't come on record. We did get emails from them saying, why don't you guys file a federal filing challenging these, because it does look like these may be fake. So last week with Dave that runs the channel, we filed in federal court. That's the level we had to go to, swear in federal court that it was fake, that it was wrong, and it did turn out that they were fake copyright notices. And now the court's looking into who filed them. But, you know, this is, and folks, I don't think it's going to be up there too long again. They'll just file more criminal deals. I mean, that's what these people do. So we need an